man. There's a tiger behind you.
You see that thing?
Oh yeah.
It's a killer right there.
Okay, so I got the two of you guys online because you're the shadiest out of the characters, and Tovak I think would be kind of shady, except I don't think this is something that he would think of. So what we haven't done yet is accounting for y'all's rent, food, stuff like that while you're in the city of Jordanba. And it has a possibility occurs to you guys when a minstrel comes up and says, "Hey, you know, I'm thinking of writing a song, you know, about this Muriel person that died out there, because that's the kind of thing that, you know, sells really well in like taverns, you know, and stuff like that. When you got some exciting thing like, you know, someone went to the old city of Jordanba and died, and so it sort of crosses y'all's mind that you could probably get some legs off of this story. And so if you wanted to start using the story, not as a performance, but, you know, sort of make the story good, you know, juicy enough to where you can be telling it in taverns, you're pretty sure you could get free rent and cover all of the costs of living in the city over that period of time. Do you guys want to sort of take that approach, or?
Oh, definitely. And this is going to become an elaborate story.
Okay, so what is y'all's version of the story going to be? And based on the story, I'll tell you whether you don't manage to cover all expenses, manage to cover all expenses, or actually come out with some extra cash, depending on the way that y'all approach the story. So what is the party line, as it were, on what happened with Muriel?
I think Muriel was an up and coming icon in the religion, and the short version is she was snuffed out before she could reach her prime, but she went down in a hail of combat and valor.
Okay, so
against innumerable odds.
So like lots of scorpions, or a giant scorpion, or something different entirely? I mean, how big are you going to boost the
Oh Jesus, that was the biggest scorpion I've ever seen. It is much bigger than Rocky. Rocky ran in fear from the scorpion, so he wasn't eaten.
So it was like the size of a horse, or even bigger than that?
See, he's leaving out all the good stuff.
Yeah, no, fill in, man.
Yeah, come on. What is it? What's the good stuff?
Man, you forgot, like, when she just like charged ahead, just smacking away and everything like this against those little rock things that just kept coming up to us and just attacking us and whatnot. You know?
You mean the gargoyles?
Yeah, and the thing
those 8-foot tall gargoyles.
The thing that just spit all over us and just blowing us up, and she would just rah, and then he's turned into like this guy called Rambo we used to know. You know, he's buff like that, you know, and he just charge on in there and everything.
Well, I know.
Okay, so you got
her. But it finally got to
So you got Muriel charging through a wall of 8-foot tall stone gargoyles,
just beating a smack out of them, you know.
And then on the far side of the gargoyles, there's the giant scorpion the size of a horse, and Muriel was stung and killed it at the last minute, or did Orchestra kill it? Or?
Leaving out the Kinku stuff, since some of them are around and whatnot.
Oh yeah, no, I was stung, and it was by her grace and connection to her deity that she was able to bring me back, and in doing so, she took the fatal shot from the scorpion.
Okay, so she actually brought you back from the dead, or cured the poison, or
she purged the poison from my body.
Oh, and she had a tactics down pat. You know, I could like sling a stone and bounce it off her when she put that little hip bone like that, and smack them in the head, and we just take them out.
All right, that'll get you guys. All right, so here's what you guys managed to do with that story. For the whole party, you've covered the costs of living in Jordanba, but by selling the song to the guy, or letting the guy do the song, And by telling the story for cash, you guys are able to assemble an additional 100 gold pieces, so 50 each.
Ooh. Ooh. We are wealthy.
And,
Still not going to buy a plate.
Come on, man. We can buy plates. We can buy fork armor.
Fork armor, yeah. Does damage to anybody who grapples you.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. Oh yeah. And
okay, cool.
Anytime we're in a bar, I'm gonna ask somebody if they've heard the Ballad of Muriel.
The Ballad of Muriel. Okay.
Yeah, just to propagate this.
Muriel the Mighty.
Muriel the Gracious and Dainty.
Say the not so dainty.
Muriel. So you're gonna call her Muriel the Mighty?
Muriel the Mighty.
Sure.
Okay, Muriel the Mighty. This will be a great surprise for Jim when you guys get out of the assuming you guys get out from behind the portcullis.
That's okay. And if we ever want a cleric, we know what room to go back to find them.
No kidding.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
the cleric generator.
Everybody just goes back to. Yeah, the only problem is that unbalances your party. I mean, you go back to that room and then everyone's a cleric. So
that could be okay.
Actually,
that's had to live. Those...
So, didn't it? We just need a thief cleric. Magic user cleric. About a cleric.
There you go.
Well, that's one of those things. Like people say, "Oh, we want to play an all dwarf party. Oh, we want to play an all halfling party. We want to play an all cleric party." They've had that before. We could do that.
Well, of course, in y'all's case, there would be no other choice because it would all be based on the one room that produces the first. You don't know where the room is that produces first level magic users.
And if we run out of bags, we'll just throw more bags in there.
We could have in-depth theological debate constantly, and wandering monsters come up and just fall asleep.
What you would need to do though is you would need to find a lot of large barrels somewhere in the dungeon to bring them in.
I'm gonna use my 50 gold pieces. I'm gonna buy large bags. I'm gonna throw them in there.
Yeah. So if you have a large barrel and a lot of large lumpy bags, that generates a cleric.
Yeah.
And if we don't like it, if those are the material components. And if we don't like it, we could just shoot the bags and
generate spell. Here's the good cleric.
All right. Well, that's all I needed. Was I wanted to know what the nature. I mean, I assumed you guys would do that. Would agree to doing that, but I wanted to get sort of the nature of the story that was going to be out there. So,
are you going to sing it next week?
I gotta write the ballad. I don't know, man.
You gotta write the ballad of Muriel, Mighty Muriel.
Well, Shane, me and you got to get the fancy plague doctor crow masks so we can blend in when we got to go back into the shitty part of town. I was thinking about that. We'll have to get little outfits, like big robes.
Yeah. Black feathery gloves or something,
Yeah.
Well, you could definitely do it with a plague doctor mask, because then it would just look like you were a Kenku wearing a plague doctor mask, and so you'd be all set.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to have fake feathers or anything.
Yeah.
So I could be the son of,
Yeah. This is my boy.
Mini me.
Yeah.
So I walk around like this.
Oh my god.
See, that's the problem, is that you look like a 10-year-old Kenku.
Yeah.
It's like big anus and little anus, stuff like that.
Yeah. My son's he's in training to be a plague doctor.
Yeah. He just popped out of the egg. Fresh.
Yeah. Got quack, quack.
You can walk around with little chunks of egg all over you.
I'm saving this for later.
Yeah. Oh man.
Get this gooey slimy stuff off me.
That is totally gonna work.
All right, man. Awesome. Well, I got
all our money to fix that cleric temple up. That we will always stay poor.
No,
all we all really need to do is build a fountain in that room, and then you're set.
Well, we got a well in the other room, right? We got a bedroom over there we can use, right?
Yeah.
Can't just move in down there.
All right. Well, I won't take up any more of y'all's time. I wanted to get that set it up, and then I've got this little recording to to show to Jim why it is that people are saying what they are.
That's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see his reaction.
The dawn sun rises, mighty Muriel steps out, you know, and stuff like that. We're gonna make that church rich.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, no, that's the thing that I'm thinking about, is having that, having the fortunes of that church continue to alter throughout the campaign as stuff goes on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's great.
It's going to be in the
building up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, Shane and I can occasionally walk by and go, "Oh, you're rebuilding." Yeah, we did that.
New door.
Yeah,
right.
That's us. Can we?
When they laid cement, I'm gonna put my name in it.
Yeah. You draw your name in the mortar.
TV here.
Hey, that door's for me.
We go we get handprints, you know. See the sales? That's mine right there, you know.
That'll totally work.
All right, you guys. I will talk to y'all. Talk to y'all later.